Hello and welcome to the Arts Council of Surrey Community Gallery here at the Newton Cultural Centre. My name is Wendy Mould. I'm the producer of ACS Gallery Talks. I'm here today to introduce you to the featured artists for the month of April, the ARTSWEST Art Club. The art show is here until the end of April 29, and it can be viewed online or in person. The show is called New Start, and the works here reflect the artist's joy in sharing with you the new skills they learned during their COVID hibernation. I'll be talking today with members Nancy Wright, Donna Shetfield, and myself, and we will be talking about our new starts, working with ARTSWEST, and of course our own inspirations. So I'm looking forward to meeting the artists and chatting with them. Let's go. So hi Nancy.
Hi Wendy.
It's really great to see you again and to see your work in the show.
Thank you.
It's a lovely work. Now the show is called New Starts. So what was your new start?
Well, in the beginning of the pandemic, my husband was home, working from home, and we felt like going for walks. You know, we got to get out of the house, do something. So we always like to visit local parks. And this one is winter at Surrey Lake. And it's beautiful to walk by the lake, see the reflections, and it always seems to be certain times of the day, later in the day. You know, when we get out and walk around, and I love all the different colors and the shadows.
Yes, I must admit, being outdoors was a big thing for me that got me through the hibernation.
Very good for you.
Yes, right. Now, what about the second picture here? What things were happening here that really inspired you?
As you can see, the sun is just starting to go down. It always seems to be late in the day, twilight, which lets beautiful shadows and light. And I loved the way the snow had an entryway into the picture here, and the sun is just lined up perfectly there. And in the winter, everything's dead and brown, and yet it's so gorgeous. A little bit of snow left amongst the edge of the river, or the lake at Surrey Lake. And love the color of blue and the snow. It's like twilight.
Yes,
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it reads as white, but you're right, it's actually blue, isn't it?
Yeah, because the sun is going down behind those trees and it's getting more and more into shadow. And I found that color helped to draw you in as well.
Yes.
You know, amongst all the brown.
Mm-hmm. I love what you did with the light in this one. It's really...
Love reflections in water. I'm just always drawn to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fun to paint as well.
Yes, I can see that, and very interesting. And the foliage and the trees back there silhouetted.
It's like lace, because there's no growth on it. It's winter. Mm-hmm. There's no leaves or anything, and everything is just fragile looking, you know? Mm-hmm. Cold and warm at the same time.
Yeah, very interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, this show is part of the ARTSWEST, and you've been a member of ARTSWEST for a long time?
For many years now, yeah. I joined ARTSWEST, I'm thinking about 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. I wanted somewhere with other artists, other people that thought the way that I thought, and I thought I can't be at home by myself all the time painting. I need to get out there. And it was a member, someone that's has some artwork in the show here, that we were in a class together, and I said, I need something, where can I go? And she said, oh, you want ARTSWEST? I said, ARTSWEST, what's that? And I showed up, and it's been wonderful. I'm now an executive. I take the minutes, so I'm able to talk about a lot of things that we have demo artists and talk amongst ourselves. It's wonderful.
Well, glad. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah. And it's really nice talking with you today and seeing your work.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that opportunity. Thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Well, good afternoon, Donna. It's really nice to see you again, and love to see your work, of course. Can you tell us, what are some of the new things you started? What was your new start during the COVID hibernation?
Well, I decided to try something different. I normally paint watercolor on rice paper, so I thought, well, let's be different this time. And I decided to do animals. I really love them, and a different technique than what I do. So I did acrylic.
Yes, I noticed you were working in acrylic, where normally you do the rice paper and watercolor. You're kind of a traitor to us watercolor people.
This is true.
Yes, but I do see that you're using a little bit of your watercolor techniques with your acrylic.
Yeah, it's very hard to do anything different than the watercolor technique, and that's what I do with the acrylic paintings. And I find, because we do have demos with other artists, that their acrylic that they do is very different from mine, so I guess it's just my style.
Yes, it is, and I do notice that. I think, because I've dabbled with acrylics myself, I think with our watercolor, we tend to have a more blended, softer.
That's right.
Yeah, where most acrylic people have the more harsher edges sometimes, I find.
I like the softer
Yeah.
build of the colors.
And I think that's what attracts us to watercolor as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Very interesting. Now, I understand you have another picture for us to look at.
Yes,
so
I do.
Let's go check that out.
Okay, that would be great.
Well, Donna, this is different. This is Sir, you call it.
Yes, I did. I wanted to do something very, very different here, and I wanted to make him a sketch, you know, rather than to look like a sketch, but it is actually acrylic. And this was hard for me to make the acrylic paint look like charcoal or, you know, just a pencil sketch. So it took me a very long time to achieve the armor look on his skin here, and the dust. I wanted the dust, you know, this type of thing. And I wanted him to look very fierce, but not mean.
Yes, he does look very fierce. You're
Yeah.
right. He doesn't look like he's going to kill us.
No.
Yeah. And I think you definitely achieved that. I like that really limited palette. Like, as you look at it, you're right. You do feel it's a sketch, and then it's like, no, it can't be, because there's browns and
Yes.
things like that in there. Yes.
I actually only used the 3 colors and then mixed the 3 acrylics. So yeah, it took me a long time to actually finish this painting, but it seems to be the favorite of all my new paintings that I did during COVID. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Yeah, interesting.
and I sold him,
Yeah.
right away.
Oh, wow. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
He's very coming out. You can just see him coming
Yeah.
on us. So what were the 3 colors that you used? White
I used white and gray and then the black.
and the black. And then just, so the
Just blending, and I used a very stiff brush to achieve this kind of mottled look, and then layer. Yeah, it was certainly.
yes, and I can
Not
see
easy.
you probably spend a lot of time in each stage just studying him. You know, people
Yes.
often ask how long did it take to paint, but the painting isn't, it's this thinking about and
Yeah.
staring at it that takes
Well,
the
how
time.
long was COVID? And I'm glad he's gone, because I'd still be fooling around with it.
Right, okay. Now, you've been a member of ARTSWEST for quite some time, haven't you?
Yes. For over 30 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that really gives away my age.
Well, no, 14 is a young
Yo,
age.
there you go. But it's a very good club to belong to. I was not really into art that much, having married young and having children, so I got back into it, and I took a watercolor class, and the teacher there suggested that I join this Surrey ARTSWEST Society. So I said okay. She wanted me to come. She was teaching a class there, and that's the first day that I went, and I've been a member ever since. Now, we do offer demos and classes, workshops, this type of thing. We have meetings, and during the meetings, after all the business is taken care of course, we have a demo, and we also have where we have the artists come, and we have an evening where they show their work, and if they need help, we help, and we don't critique, we're not mean. So if you're nervous about that, you can show your work, or you don't have to, you can just watch and learn. So this is a very good experience for starting out artists, and also for people that want to get back into it, or just to associate with other people, and we welcome new members all the time.
Oh, good. Well, thank you very much, Dawn. It was really nice to chat with you and to, of course, see your new work today.
Thank you, it's great.
Okay. Hi, surprise! It's kind of nice sometimes to interview myself for some of these gallery talks. And yes, I am a member of ARTSWEST. And actually, I have been a member of ARTSWEST for more than 20 years. Not as many as Donna, but certainly for quite a long time. The difference was when I started with ARTSWEST, I was a total beginner. And just getting out, never had shown my work anywhere or done anything, and very fearful. I really found that ARTSWEST was really helpful. They had little shows and I would show my work, and I couldn't believe it was beside all these great artists. And anyway, I learned lots, and as Donna talked about the demos, they were really great. And we've had workshops as well that we've organized that have been very, very helpful. Now, I am a professional artist, and I do sell my work a lot, and I kind of give back to all the help that I got from ARTSWEST. I've been on the executive for I don't know how many years, and planning those demos now, and as well I give lessons, I teach, and I give demos to other arts groups. So I really found that for me, ARTSWEST was a great starting point, and certainly their motto, artists helping artists, was good for me. So, like other artists, I do have some new starts that happened during the COVID hibernation. One of the things I did, of course, was lots of outdoor sketching because being outdoors was easy to do. I taught a number of outdoor classes throughout the year, the several years, and that really got me looking even further into nature and the things that I like. And this picture here that I have is one of my newest pieces that resulted from outdoor sketching. And this is Rocky Road on the creek bed. And as you can see, what I like to do is really zoom in to what's happening and find those little mini environments and really develop them. Sometimes there'll be animals in them. In this particular one, there isn't any animals. But I just love the beauty of this mossy covered rock and the ferns and a bit of the water. And it's also a combination of the two techniques I like to work with, that ink and watercolor together. I just love what's happening with them. The other new start I have, which is also focusing on my ink work, are my little wood blocks. And this was something that I did as a practice thing. I wanted to work on wood, and so because I wanted to try a big piece. The idea of nature on nature, just with the wood grain showing, really appealed to me. So I did a couple of these little wood blocks, and I found that I really enjoyed them. They were a lot of fun, and it was an interesting challenge to do such a small picture on such a small place. This is grizzly bear on the run, and this is my little sandpipers on the beach. And this is another one, my geese in the marsh. And as I say, this was my new start and my new techniques. ARTSWEST show New Starts can be seen online at the artscouncilofsurrey.ca or in the gallery until April 29th.